Hey, I know I haven't posted in a long time, but I wanted to try to do two reviews today. I can't really do reviews that much right now because at the situation I'm in, there's a lot of people in the house, so I have to wait until like they're all asleep or they're gone, which is hard for them when they're asleep because I work at night. But anyways, so I want to watch or I want to review two movies that I thought were great from last year, which would be 2016, two horror movies. And I'm looking over there because my cat's over there, so I'm just trying to like pay attention to what he's doing. So, first movie I want to review, I guess this technically be considered a 2015 release, but I think it was released late in 2015. But I heard a lot of buzz about it last year, and one of my Facebook friends actually recommended it to me because he knows that I like old punk rock, mainly hardcore punk. So the movie is Green Room, and I don't know. A lot of people consider classify it as a horror film, which I guess you can, but I classify it, me personally, I classify it as a thriller slash suspense film. And to keep in spirit with the movie, I'm wearing my Minor Threat t-shirt, which Anton Yelchin wears in the movie. It's not the same shirt, but I thought it'd be cool to wear a shirt that, a character wore in the movie. So anyways, this movie is about a punk band who is traveling across America. They're kind of not they're not a big punk band. I guess most punk bands aren't really, but and it's set in modern times, so it'll probably be set like in 2015 maybe when the film was made. But they are on their last leg of their tour. Everywhere they went, they haven't made much money, and so they're kind of like, okay, we give up on this career. We're gonna do something else. So they're going to go on one last place to play a set. So I think they meet one of the band members' cousins, and he's kind of like he's a punk himself, and he tells him, oh, there's this great place. He don't really say like where it's at, but it's in Oregon, and he's like, oh, it's this great place. You should go play there, but they'll pay you a lot of money. And he said, but the only problem is that you cannot. They're a certain type of group. He's basically said, just don't talk about your political views. So you're like, oh, okay. So what? And I want to tell you this too. I never before I watched this movie, I never saw the trailers for it or anything. Because most of the times I don't like watching trailers for movies because they spoil them. So I went into this one cold. So okay, so they go up to that place and they find out it's a punk bar or a neo-Nazi bar, and they're like, well, okay, we'll do that. So they go in. Everyone's pretty nice though. You think like skin, I guess, because all the characters of everyone, the band's white, so maybe they're not as bad. But basically, they say, oh yeah, they're all the skinheads are nice. They're like, oh yeah, we'll take your stuff and we'll put it in there for you and this and that. So they go in, they're kind of like weirded out about it, but they're like, we'll just go ahead and play our set. And then Anton Yelkin's character is like, oh, let's play a song. And he said, just to really mess with them. You don't know, it's actually Nazi Punk's Fuck Off by the Dead Kennedys. They played that, and then they go back into the room, and when they're coming back, one of the neo-Nazis, or like, I guess he's like a bodyguard, he said, oh no, you can't go in the room, you guys gotta leave. And they're like, okay, we're gonna go leave. And then one of the other band members says, oh no, I left my phone in the room. So Anton Yelchin's like, oh, I'll go ahead and go back. He goes back in there and he finds a dead body. And basically, that's where the whole movie spirals out of control. Basically, not teenagers, they're young adults, but I will call them kids anyways. These kids are basically locked in um this room called the green room, and they have to find a way to escape. And what happens, every step they make, everything just becomes more violent and more extreme. And that's what I kind of liked about this movie, was, it, because it's set in one location, it's set in this bar, in this little room, and they're trapped in there with one neo-Nazi guy, and there was a female neo-Nazi in there, but she kind of comes on the punk side later on. But that's what the whole tension is. That's why I find it scary, because they're trapped in one location. They don't know the in and outs of this place. Only the skinheads do. So the skinheads are trying everything in their power to get them out of that room. And you're like, well, oh, they could probably just break down the door or something, and this and that. There's a lot of conflict in it. There's the young people, they're trying to find their way out, and it's a great movie. I'll just say that. I don't want to give too much away because it's still kind of a new film, but I'll tell you this much: Patrick Stewart's in it, and he plays the lead of the neo Nazis, and he is creepy in it, like really creepy, but he's not over the top like you would expect in this type of movie. He just has like the subtle hint about him that he could be potentially violent. I also There's a lot of violence in this movie. Not a lot, but when it does show violence, it is very impactful. There's I think there's two scenes where someone gets mauled by a dog, and they look so realistic. There's yeah, Anton Yelkin's character, which I don't want to give too much away. There's a scene where he gets his arm cut up with I think it was a box cutter or a knife, maybe it was one of those, but it looked like they were holding a box cutter, and his arm gets really tore up. It looks so realistic, and like he can't use it throughout the rest of the movie. Um, yeah, it's a great movie. Like I said, if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. The acting's really great by everyone, especially Patrick Stewart. Even though he's not really in the movie that much, when he's in there, he really does make an impact. And of course, the late Anton Yelchin, he did a great job in this too, and all the other young actors in it. But anyway, and the people who played the neo-Nazis did a great job too. Especially the one who's kind of like the right-hand man. He did a really good job in it. But anyways, that's my review.